Hey guys, welcome to the stream. It's a rather impromptu one. It won't be that long either, but I'm building anyways, and I thought I'd come on and get some streaming in. So we are currently working on the interiors. I had planned on doing some interiors last night, but family came first, so I was not able to achieve my goals. But in any case, we'll get some done today, and hopefully get a good bit done. And I do plan on streaming later this afternoon as well. Rasmus, Rakthagar, Benz, Joel UK, good to see you all. Okay, so let's try to work on interiors. I need some burnt dirt, burnt soil. We'll just kind of scatter that around the fire a little bit. Fish without fins, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We're currently working on the interior of the first building. I had intended that to be a stables, but I was like, it really doesn't make sense to have a stables in here. So I figured it probably would just be best to be used as a spot for a bunch of guards to shack up. We're gonna have a lot of guard houses. The only like specialty buildings in this place is the smithy and the chapel, and then I got 3 like side buildings that I'm not quite sure if they should have any type of purpose to them or something. Like, I'm thinking what we can do is maybe like have something of a Fletcher right here. You know, a Fletcher does not need a lot of space. You know, maybe he's just like, this is his little workshop over here, right? And put a little bench here. Let's see here. I mean, there doesn't need to be like all these crazy indications of something. Oh wait, no, that's a ladder right there, so we can't put this here. Maybe we can put it right. No, we can't put there either. Maybe we can put it right here. Lose a bed. It's not a big deal. That's where he sleeps over there. Put a chest right there. And then we can start doing some arrows kind of scattered around every now and then. So I hope you all are doing well today. Welcome to the stream. I think we'll just have one fletching table, and then the other one can be something else. Perhaps something like this. There we go. And I thought we had some like arrows. There they are right there, yep. He's making arrows right now. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else we can do. 1 second, guys. And I'm back. Sorry, it's still the morning. I'm a little groggy. Haven't even had my coffee yet. My wife and I are planning on going out to going out on a date this morning, so that's why I haven't had my coffee yet. We're gonna go grab some coffee. There's a little coffee shop a couple towns down from us, and good stuff. Okay, so I am thinking we need some more detail in here. So, you know, we could technically lose the wall, and then we could fill that in with some sort of like storage, you know, something like that. And then we need to frame it in. So I'm thinking we can maybe make it look like it's been put in. So we could do that maybe. It's not too bad. I've seen worse things. There we go. A little alcove there for our Fletcher. And see, like, you know, it's no reason to dedicate an entire building to a Fletcher. The way I have it figured is a Fletcher, you know, all you need is some sticks, some goose feathers. I'm not quite sure. They don't need anything. They just need a knife. Obviously, the arrowheads would probably be out of stone. No, they'd be out of iron. Well, today we are working on interiors there, John Fig. I'm gonna be filling all the interiors of the fortress. Not all of them today, but I'm hoping to get a really good start. Because that is what we need. We need a really good start. We need to get some stuff done. Just gonna put a few urns and things around. Like, here's a great spot for like one of those. Let's see. And see, this is another thing I'm trying to represent, is that it's not a fully manned fortress. So like, I'm thinking we'll probably just have two actually made beds in here. And then all the others would be, that's not a good spot. Maybe right there. Yeah, all the others would be empty for right now, because it's just a minimally manned fort right now. So like, you know, maybe there's 2 in that building, 2 in this building. The blacksmith, he would be living in here. Maybe some sort of like religious shaman or something for the chapel type thing. No idea what we're gonna put in here. Probably another little just living space. But if you guys, again, have any ideas for specifics, I'm always down to get some ideas. Hey there, Mello. Welcome to the stream. I am doing well. Okay, let's do some more chests around here. I think we can do a barrel and a chest. We'll do a chest right there and a barrel standing up right there. Okay. And another thing that I am leaning towards is changing the texture of these to something a little bit more carved. I don't know if I like that. Maybe what we could do though is something like this. I don't think I want to carve it all the way up. I think I'm just thinking about right about there. All the way around. I don't think this tracery really fits the style too well, at least not in this circumstance. Maybe this instead? Let us find out. It's just like random carved wood in the middle of this thing. So maybe this would work better. Let's try this. I think that works better. Mello, I am working on Dun Kaladin. This is Roth Amiroth, which is the fortress just north of our village. So there's Dun Kaladin over there. And this here is our fortress. We are going with a Celtic / ancient / fantasy style. And so we've completed. I'm working for episode 3 right now of Duconians Reforged, and all of the surroundings here are what's included in episode 3. And so we've gotten a lot done, and we still got a lot to do. So we're gonna have by the end of this episode, we're gonna have 3 hamlets and a fortress, and then of course fields and pastures and the marketplace, and we're still going to be finishing this area up here. All this area will be finished by the end of this episode. A lot of life. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, and we've been slowly developing lore for this. There's a lot of lore points and things in this build to make it a little bit more exciting. And yeah, we've been slowly filling that in, and it's pretty exciting to see, because, you know, honestly, the lore just really brings a build together. That's something that I really like. You need to catch up with the series. Yeah, we started out in survival. The whole village was built in survival. But then we switched over to creative to finish off the surroundings, and I'd say that was a really good decision, because you know, I am much happier building this now. Back when we were in survival, this was just this what we're doing right now would have been just such a tedious process. And so I'm very happy to have switched over so that we can actually get this done in some sort of reasonable amount of time. Okay, and then we're gonna do some. Go. I feel like there needs to be, you know, they would probably be sitting up here, overlooking the fire. Speaking of the fire, we need to have something around it to make it feel a little bit more like it is being used. So like maybe we can have a cooking pot next to it. We do need some food in here, so let's try to do some. The funny thing is like, you know, I wouldn't really consider apples or cabbage or pipeweed or hops or beetroot food. I kind of hope that we'll see some more food items coming to Conquest Reforged as we progress. It's pretty late. No, here it is actually 7 a.m. in the morning. It is quite early. So let's do maybe that up here. And is there anything that I want to do? How about some firewood in here? Firewood's always a good detail, something that you need. I think we'll go ahead and throw that right there. Okay, I do still think that we need more details up along the top here. Let's see here. I'm thinking that the warriors of Dun Kaladin, the Duni, should I say, I think that their main fighting style would be probably with rapiers or scythes. These things, kind of like the whatchamacallits, the Game of Thrones guys. What were they called? The Dothraki? Yeah, the Dothraki fighting style. That's kind of how but not on horses. You know, they don't really have a open kind of land, so I'm sure that they would probably be going for more of a, yeah, anyways. I'm thinking rapiers and spears is probably what they do. So we do need to put some spears somewhere. I just don't know where. I guess I could put it right there, but that just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we'll just not put any spears in here. That's all right. Rapiers and arrows is fine. It would be nice if we had a rack of bows, though, right? Okay, so I'm still trying to think of details to put up along the top here, because the idea is that this is where this is up here is where all the arrow slits are. And so you can kind of walk around up here and get views of the surrounding terrain and shoot the enemies that might be approaching. That is the purpose of all these arrow slits here. All the way around. Okay, so I think we're gonna go up here and we're gonna start putting in some more of these. There's gonna be a bed there, a bed there, a bed there, there. So that's only 4 beds. I don't like that. How about there? I don't have anywhere else to put a bed. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh man, we gotta have at least 10 in here. Oh boy. Like I don't want them to be like right next to each other. That just doesn't look right. Where's the next one gonna go? I mean, I guess we could technically like use that little balcony thing here, but I'm not keen on that. We could expand this way, but again, that's not something that I really want to do. I do want to put a railing here, though. That all the way across, just like so. Okay, there's that there. That'll do just fine. Okay, so now see, I don't want to put a bed right, like for example there, because it would be too close to the smoke. The smoke would go through there, but still we want to be careful. I guess we'll put a bed right back in there. You know, now that we have a railing there, I think that's probably okay. But we do need to figure this out. I guess we can just do that, which doesn't really look great. Maybe we can take this guy and do that. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I guess we can just go up through the smoke shaft. That worked out. Okay, so then up here we gotta put some detail. So I'm thinking we can do just some crates and things. Put a chest right there, and maybe a couple barrels. Oh wait, okay, I see. That actually needs to be there. Okay, there we go. Put a couple barrels up here, and then I'm thinking we'll put another chest. You know what? Actually, let's do a chair. That there. I'm trying to make it look relatively unused up here. Like it's, you know, this would be a wartime. You know, this is where people would be in the wartime, but you know, not now. So what else can we put up here to kind of represent not used? I guess cobwebs. Cobwebs is a good one. Generally, if you want to represent a not used area, throw down a whole bunch of cobwebs and it'll be fine. Alright. Decent. And then I'm thinking we can probably scatter a few oil lamps around. Put another couple here. And I'm thinking a couple there as well. There we go. Now we're gonna do some flint and steel. And we're gonna light this bad boy up. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty decently happy with this. The only thing that I feel, I feel like these arrow slits should have like some kind of indication that they can be covered up. I don't know what though. Like I would think like a bear rug or something, or like an animal pelt would be used to cover the arrow slit when not being used. But the thing is we don't really have a lot of room, so I can't just, you know, throw something in there, and that is a complication. Tis a complication, but a complication that we will work around. I don't know why it's up there, but a bucket. Okay, so there we go. We got ourselves a interior of sorts. I do think that maybe underneath the Fletcher we should have some burlap. There we go. And then something I always like to do is just kind of like lump it up a little bit. Just make it feel a little bit, you know, all over the place. It just makes it look nice. Maybe some more burlap right there. Anything else that would be worthwhile putting in here? This I do not know. It's probably decent enough. That gives us the vibes we're looking for. Okay, so I guess we should try to finish this area in here. So let's see about that. Number one is I would like to kind of platform this flag, so we'll do one of those there. And then, you know, generally flags have like strings going all the way to the top, but I think for this one they'll climb it somehow to do their business like a toilet. It does not actually. It does not. But that is something that we can change. We can change that. I'm just trying to figure out how and where. You know, they could probably just go across the bridge and use this one over here. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to make like a garderobe on this thing. Frar came in yesterday and put in some foliage along the hillside, so that's looking nice. Definitely is coming together. But yeah, that's a good point there, Ragthagar. I just don't have a spot for it. I'm thinking perhaps they'll probably just poop in buckets and then chuck it over the side. But like where? Like what side? I got all these sides fortified, so I don't really want to break into that to put a garderobe in there. So we'll leave that as it is for now, and then I'll think on it and see if we can figure out a solution later on. So again, in here I like the idea of putting in some miscellaneous greenery wherever it might suffice, because that is something that I definitely like doing. I like making things look very overgrown. Let's see, we can probably use some leaf blocks here, and I'm kind of leaning towards some birch. Something like that, and then on top we can have like some flowers or something. There we go. Preferably something a little bit bushier. Let's see, let's maybe try... Let's try this, the cow parsley. No. How about the angelica? There we go. That's pretty decent. Yep, I like that. Okay, next thing on the list is a little bit more greenery. I think some more of this stuff. This is actually some good looking. A little bit of that right there, maybe some right there as well. And then switch it up in between with something different. Maybe a small hawthorn bush right there. Okay. Dead bush right out in front. And then we got to do this over here. I'm thinking we can probably use... Let's try this. Okay. What else do I want to use? That's the question. Maybe this. Yeah, that's probably pretty decent. Just a little bit of greenery in there. Yeah, that suits that quite nicely. Yeah, I like that. I guess no greenery up against this side. Maybe we can utilize that for something. I'm not quite sure yet, though. And one big thing that really helps this area come together is chucking down a few rocks. That'll really start helping this area just really pop. There's that. Okay. Yep, a few rocks kind of lying around. That makes for a neat little vibe. I guess what we could do is maybe put a couple torches in here. And I always use the same technique for torches. You know, I was gonna go just sample them, but not roch, but torch. And then we need a stick. What is it? A pole? There we go. This is what I want. A wooden pole. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're gonna put one right here. And one right, no, not there. Here maybe? No. There possibly? No, that's not a good spot for it. I almost feel like it needs to be right here, but it's like too close to everything. So what if we do, instead of that, we do one of these guys. Just do one of these guys right there. Still quite close to that bush. Maybe a little bit out. Something like that, maybe. I can live with that, I think. That goes to the cafe below, and with a little the water stream gets flushed. Possibly. I'm thinking we can probably, like I said, we can probably just do like a bucket system and then indicate a spot where they kind of chuck those the buckets over. Because again, we are in the Iron Age, and yes, the Iron Age did have like, you know, outhouses and stuff, but it is a little bit more complicated for a fortress, I think. Let's do flint and steel. Light you up. Cafe, okay. There. I was like, what is he trying to say there? I see how this is going. All right, so let us figure this out. I feel like something needs to go here, and the only thing coming to my mind is like a couple crates, and actually a crate and a barrel, and then on top of the crate can be something. How about one of these empty guys? Here we go. Can't type today for some reason. I know how that is. Okay, any other purposeful details that we could put in here? Again, just remember this fortress is very lightly manned. So like there's not many people living here. I think there's maybe like 10 guards max. And their job is just to keep it held down, you know, and then if there is an attack, then obviously the Kaiduni and the Seladuni, or the Keladuni and even maybe the Eliad would come and seek refuge within its walls. I can't really think of any other details to put in here. So that's probably good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so now we're gonna head over to the next section and the next interior. That's what this is right here. And we're gonna start trying to figure out what we can do in here. First things first is we'll go ahead and I almost feel like I should bring up the floor level of this one just so that it's not so awkward like the other one. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do that. So you come in and then you step up into the structure. So that way we don't have to build this like little awkward thing going all the way around, but we still kind of need to. No, this is fine. No, it's not. Dang it. I guess we're gonna have to come two up. Even though I don't want to. But I don't feel like doing that whole balcony thing again. Okie doke, there's something. Now they can access all these arrow slits. I'm thinking that this is not going to have a second little balcony thing. This one's going to be just one floor. And the only thing coming to my mind for this building is just a few beds. And I'm gonna give you guys like, I don't know, a little bit to maybe come up with a better solution. But if not, then a few beds it shall be. Okay. And then I would like to do something like this. Just trying to make it a little bit more organic. this can go up like that. Put you there. And then I'm thinking we could probably do that guy there. And then we can probably build this one out just a little bit. Okay. Good enough. Yep. So that way it's not so like, you know, samey all the way up here. Okay. Because I do like the organic nature. Like, I don't like it just being straight stairs or straight paths. I like everything to have curve and just natural cohesion and balance. All right, so for this guy, perhaps we'll use a different type of mud for the roof. So let's try to find a mud that we can use. You know, maybe we can even just use white plaster in here. I do like the idea of brightening up the interiors just a little bit, just to make them feel a little bit more livable. We start off with full blocks and then we come back through with our other alternatives to make for a smoother finish. You know what? I should be just doing this. This is just the better way. Okay. Alrighty. There's going to be some spots that are just a little bit awkward, but we'll work through those. I feel like there should be a different, like, you know, that at the very bottom should be something different. We'll probably do that. For now, we'll leave it as it is, and then I'll come back later and fix it up. Okay. I would like to change the walls as well. I just don't know what yet. So at the base, I'm thinking we can maybe use... so I feel like a masonry would make sense. But I might be leaning towards wood instead. What are we going to do here? Something, perhaps we can use this. I'm trying to avoid medieval vibes. Like, it's okay to have, like, for example, white plaster, but I don't want it to look medieval. And I'm thinking that what we're doing right now may give it that medieval look. It's not horrible. There we go. It's not horrible. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think we can live with that. And then the other thing that I would like to try and do is maybe, just maybe, if we can fit it in, maybe we can use some plaster to shore up the edges. But the problem with that is you're gonna have some masonry poking through. There's just nothing I can do about that. Like, for example, right there, it's just one of those bad spots. See, like, there's 2 arrow slits there. It's like, it's almost not even worth doing this, you know? What do you guys think? I mean, it adds in enough. Like, it's covered up to a certain degree. And then we can utilize, yeah, I think we can kind of make that work. Now, one thing that we do need to do is put in some worn plaster in there as well. It needs to be a mixture. We can make it feel very organic. I don't know yet there, X-Lorp. I'm thinking it's probably just going to be another guard check. Just another, what do you call it, dormitory. We got the first dormitory down here. Got just a bunch of guards. Like right now there's only 2 living in it. But during, I'm guessing wartime, there would be 10 in here. And then I'm thinking that this one over here will be much the same. Just another dormitory. This over here is the smithy. And that's pretty much my goal for today, is to get these 3 buildings, or this morning, is get that building, and that building done. Hopefully we can achieve that goal. 7:30. Okay, so I'm thinking we can probably let's mix this up a little bit. Let's do some of there. And then I want to kind of push this out a little bit. Yeah, so that way it's a little bit more organic coming in. Maybe put a stair there. It's not bad. That way you don't see the stone of it, and it would stop the air rain to destroy the plaster, possibly. But the thing is I can't even do that. Yeah, see. I've already used those block spaces. I can do one there. I can't do one there. I can do one there. Can't do one there. Can't do one there. This one is just awkward. Can't do one there. Yeah. So unfortunately, we are limited. We are limited to what we can and cannot do. So I'm gonna grab some of this stuff. But I'm thinking once we start throwing in some detail in here, But that's just the price you pay for building organics, for building, you know, you get these problems with diagonal buildings, organics in general. You're just going to have these clipping issues. Things are just not going to line up properly. You know, if you're building a completely square building, like that is how you know, if you want to make a proper interior, that's what you got to do. But when you're building in the style that we are building Dun Kaladin in, you know, there are sacrifices that must be made. And unfortunately, this is one of those sacrifices, is you kind of lose the interior, you know, just things don't work out very well. Yeah, so we just kind of let things be. Okay, so this is going to be really difficult because if we want there to be beds in here, which I want there to be beds in here, this is going to be rough because there needs to be, you know, 10 beds in here, but there's like nowhere to put them. All this sucks. You can build square and grid, but what's the fun in that? Yeah. I'm thinking, guys. I'm almost thinking just forget the plaster. The plaster is not helping anything. That's just going to cause us great stress. So if we remove the plaster, then we can start putting beds around. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 10. And obviously beds and cots can be easily moved out of the way if needed. And I'm thinking the 2 guards that are living in here would be there and maybe right there. You can hang some carpets to wide areas of the wall. Yeah. And we're still gonna be working on the ceiling more. This is not the finished product. You can hang some carpets to wide areas of the wall. You know, that's actually a really good idea. We could do this. I think this might be our solution. Go, and maybe we can try a different type. Let's try this one over here. Go. Yeah, that actually looks pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that. That's a good idea. Let's do another one over here. Let's see. Crossing my fingers. Okay, never mind. Can't do anything there. Okay, so that does have to be this. But I guess we still could do something like this here. And then we could maybe put one of these guys like, not that, like this. There we go. I can live with that. It's very nice. Okay, so let's try to get this ceiling finished. If I can find the right menus. Okay. So we're gonna grab some worn white plaster. I think another thing that would be nice is some kind of very muted masonry. Let's see, would this suffice? Yeah, that kind of works. That kind of works. Something just a very muted, and we're not going to use it much, just like, you know, in certain areas. There we go. And then maybe a little bit right here as well. So that kind of gives you an idea. Yeah, that works pretty well. I feel like we definitely need some down along the base. There we go. And now we can come back through with some worn white plaster. I almost feel like there should be like paintings in here, because that's kind of how I imagine this style. Is like, you know, there would be paintings up there, but I have no idea how to represent that without making it look like a big fresco, which is not what I want. Okay, put that right there. It can be stripes. Yeah, I mean, I guess we do have this stuff that might add an interesting flavor. You know, maybe we can just kind of represent small areas that kind of have a little bit of something going on. What would this look like? There we go. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. What if we just did stuff like that? Now the problem is we don't have anything that has like, we don't have any like stair blocks. But I guess maybe if we went over here, this is a long shot. Yeah, we don't have anything in there either. What about in here? It's really annoying when we don't have the blocks that we want. Okay, what about mosaics? Mosaics has to have something. Here's something that would be fun. Let's do some of this. Obviously not that. This one, yes. This one should have a little bit of something in it. There we go. It makes for something interesting, you know? Like you look up and then you can kind of imagine that there are like it's paintings and just stuff like maybe the soldiers over the years have kind of been adding to it and you know, making art more or less. What else can we put up there? Let's try this one. Let's do that, and then that. Okay, I mean, it looks pretty organic. I'm pretty happy with that. Is there anywhere that needs a little bit more? I guess a little bit more worn plaster. That's something that I really think that this needs. Was literally just trying to set up 1.16 Conquest. Nice. Good to see you there, Tiger. Hope you're doing well. We are currently working on a interior. I didn't know if you noticed or not. But yeah, we're working on the fort. Hopefully, gonna reach this goal. But I have to go. Not now, but soon. We got that server restart. It'll slow things down a little bit, but that's okay. We can work around that. Yeah, there we go. Some warm plaster up there makes it much more organic. And I've tried installing it. It didn't seem to work. Are you using Curse Forge, Tiger? If you're using Curse Forge, all it is just click, download, done. That's pretty much all it is to it. All there is to it. Click, download, done. You're using Curse Forge. Ah, I know what you're having an issue with. When you log in, it's really laggy, right? Like you're just like stuttering. Oh, it didn't give you Optifine. Oh, okay, yeah, you need to get Optifine. Yeah. Yeah, you the Optifine creators do not allow for Optifine to be downloaded with the pack. Yeah, you gotta download it yourself. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. This is a long shot, but what if? Heck yes. Okay. So now we can actually do something here. Let's see. Can we put some kind of painting in here? That is maybe a bit too much of mosaic. I don't know. If there's some way that we can mold it or meld it somehow. Okay, so Tiger Bread, when you open up your profile, the 1.16 profile, there's 3 little dots. Click those 3 little dots, go to open folder, and then that'll take you right to where your mods folder is for your 1.16 profile. Okay, so railing. We're gonna go ahead and do this, I think. There we go. And I really do feel like there needs to be something on the sides. If we do this, that is. But I feel like there needs to be like that on both sides. There we go. So we'll do that. A couple beds there. And then we gotta have one more bed somewhere. We'll put it right there. There we go. 3 guards in here. It's no big deal. And then I'm thinking we need to have some kind of like thing here. Perhaps that. You got it? Good. Good. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, I know navigating all that is probably, or not probably, it is frustrating. But we get through it, and it leads to the fun part. Okie doke. So, we have ourselves a thing. I feel like I need to kind of do something like this just to get it somewhat where I want it to be. Come up here, and we're gonna do that right there. We can't really use that arrow slit right now, but you can imagine they can get back in there and do their thing. Okay. What else can we put in here? Maybe we can have a little... Okay, we gotta wait for the server to restart. Oh, it's one of those things. Excuse me. People don't usually get on at this time of the morning. But I try to get on the weekends, try to get on early. Try to get on before the kids wake up. I mean, my kids are awake now, but at least I try to get on so that way they don't know I'm down here or something, you know? Think I'm at work. But I'll go up probably. Well, I'll go up once we finish the smithy. That's my goal. I want to get this building that we're doing right now done, and then I want to get the smithy done. And then that'll be my goal for today. Here we are. Okay, so yeah, now we can start actually throwing down some proper detailing in here. You know, we can kind of like clog some stuff up. You know, the arrow slits are there, yes, but you know, they don't need them right now, so they're probably just throwing a bunch of stuff around just to have some room in here. Or do you just do it 100% for the fun of it? I just do 100% for the fun of it. That's all I do it for. I don't try to change the way I do things or anything. I just enjoy the process and I keep going. You know, some people are in it for learning the next thing, the academic approach to building. That is not the way I do things. And I have the greatest respect for those type of people. I prefer to just build and enjoy the process. Some bread there. We don't need apples in here, but we can use some jam. Put some jam there. And I'm thinking we can probably put some oil lamp or two here. There we go. Always found starting to stream here a bit daunting as it is tough to build good with it. Starting a stream. Oh, starting to stream. Live stream. Okay. Yes, it can be daunting. It just is one of those things where you learn what blocks that you have, right? And you gotta... That's the biggest thing. You just got to learn about what blocks you have. And once you know what blocks you have, it should be pretty straightforward. Should be, at least. But then again, I mean, you got to remember I've been at this for 10 years, so I've had plenty of time to learn how things are done and I've had plenty of time to see different techniques being used, and then I utilize those techniques to be more unique towards what I like to do. So, you know, that's a lot of what the Conquest community is. It is seeing what other people do and then adapting it to your own ways of doing things. And then that ultimately leads to, you know, your own unique projects. But yeah. It's a fun interior. It's just, it's so random, you know? There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just like, pop, hey guys, look, it's an interior. But it's so, like, you know, it's kind of, it's so weird, but it kind of works at the same time. So I'm not gonna worry about it. Maybe they're warming up a jar of milk and then a pot of something over there. Okay, there we go. We got ourselves another interior. Let's put in a door here. I didn't even know that was a door. Interesting. What kind of door do we want to use for this? You know, I think we'll just do an oak door. And somehow we got to make it, we got to frame it in somehow. And that is going to be a trick. Because I have no idea how we're going to frame it in. You know what? I think what we're just going to do is we're just going to do that. Just like a bare rug entrance. You know, I don't know what else to do here. That's another problem with organics. It's just, you know, constantly running into issues like that. That's what I'm looking for. A little bit of mossy stone. Just want to break up all that gray. And I think that'll do it right there. Yeah. Okay, well that's at least partially decent. I do feel like some arrows are in order somewhere around here. Like right there would be a good spot. What would be a good spot if I could fit it there? Maybe right there. Okie doke. So now we're gonna try to detail this space up just a little bit more. And by detail, I mean throw in some foliage and stuff. Unless if you guys have any unique ideas for what can go in here. I'm thinking about a little bit of greenery right here. I'm thinking possibly we can just do one of our bushes right there. And then we can take our horsetail. That, and then around it we can throw a bush, some dead grass there, maybe a little bit of that. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. No, I don't like that grass there. Maybe from the building with a Fletcher, a small cart with barrels or arrows. Maybe from the small cart with barrels or arrows. So you're saying like down here, a small wagon with some arrows in it, maybe? Okay, we can do that. All right, and we're gonna do wooden wheel, and then we're gonna grab this, and we're gonna grab that. You know, it's kind of like a silly detail, to be honest, doing this, but it's okay. Because usually, if they would transport arrows around, it would be in like, you know, sacks and stuff. But we're doing this for sake of representation. And that's all. What's the thing called? A gate? Here we go. Little wheelbarrow thing. Alrighty. So in here, let's try to figure out a detail or two. So we have all this space here, guys. Any ideas? The only thing coming to my mind right now is taking some of this and filling up this area with a little bit of greenery here. I think we're gonna do maybe some gorse right there. And then let's try something on the bushier side. Let's try this. There we go. A little bit of greenery right there. It ain't bad, I guess. Put that there. And I guess we can't. Oh, we can put something right there. I'll be quiet. We have to suffer through the commercial. And then we get another 2 hours of Adrian von Ziegler. There we go. But I guess it's only worth it. After all, he was nice enough to allow us to use his music. Okay, so I'm looking for something that's too tall and that's green. Yeah, you can affirm maybe. Not that one. Maybe one of these. No, I don't like that there either. I feel like a bush goes best there, but we already got a bush over here, so maybe not. Perhaps we can just do this. Okay, some heather right there. Alright, well that's looking decent, I guess. And then it would be probably within our best interest to throw in, you know, like a barrel. Maybe a bucket on top. And then what else would be good here? One of these. And then maybe a seat outside. I don't know what they're doing out here. But I'm thinking we can kind of like represent, like, you know, he's working on something out here. You know, maybe he's carving a hilt to a sword or something, you know. So we can kind of do that. And then maybe we can take a piece of stripped wood. And let's do this one. And we can go ahead and kind of represent by, you know, maybe putting that right right there or something. I don't know. Personally, I would prefer it like on the ground or something, like right there. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. You know, it's like he's carving something there. Okay, and we also need some light through here. So these are our 2 light source options. So let's figure out where, or what goes where. So our first one, where should that go? There needs to be something here. The problem is I don't really have a spot for it, at least not right now. But if we did this, put that right there, which is fine. I like that. And then we can put, still need to finish this rock. Not much like that right there. I mean, I guess we could technically put it right there. Just, yeah, it's decent. And then our other one can go right here. Yeah. We can light this whole area up. And it's not really worth lighting this area up, I think. What do you guys think? Is this worth it? Should we do that? I do feel like there needs to be something here. My thought is we could probably use some of this like Celtic stuff. Something like this. Just to kind of like cap the stone. Makes for a nice detail, I think. All the way around. Yeah, I'm pretty down for that. Although that's the same as that over there. Maybe we should change the other one to something else. Let's do this instead there. The runes. Yeah, that's better. Now they don't match. All right, so I guess, you know, while we're here, we should probably just go ahead and finish this rock here. So let's see if we can do this really quick. Let's actually do this here. Yeah, that makes that a little bit smoother. I'm happier with that. There's that there. Put you back there. And bring you guys up. I almost feel like there should be like, I don't know, it's probably okay. I was thinking there should maybe be some grass on top of that, and then we could use that for like, not grass, but just like, you know, mossy stone of some sort. And then we can put like something on top. So let's just see how this works out. Let's take our block that we're looking for, and let us go ahead and do that there, another one right here as well. And then I'm going to use a little bit more of this. So we want to kind of mix it in somehow. And then on top of the rock, there can be just some slight grass. Something bushy. Not that. Maybe this. Okay, not there along the side. Something a little bit bushier than that. Bracken maybe? It's not too bad. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm okay with that. Come in here. All that's, you know, we don't want to close up the space too much. So that's good enough. All right, so let's finish the smithy. And then that'll be it for this session. But we got to figure out what we want to do in here. Okay. So first we're gonna go ahead and fill everything in with gravel. And I'm thinking perhaps we want to kind of, do we want to do this again? Or should we do something different? Because I'll show you what we did on the other structure over here. We just used that brown on the top here, which is fine, you know. But I'm not quite sure how I want to do this particular one. In the meantime, I'll just put that up there. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like this is already, this is already as thin as it's going to get. So, let us see here. Plasters. Any plasters that stand out as being good for here? Maybe we can just use the light gray plaster for in here. 1 second, guys. Okay, so toss these on around like that. All the way around. And I'm thinking we're going to do some sort of border along the bottom. These organic interiors, they can be done much better. There are people out there that would put in a lot more time to them. To those people, I have the greatest respect. But I don't have the patience. I just want to get this thing done. And then we're gonna have to come through with these. Well, I would say actually maybe these instead. And then we can put those like that. About as organic as it's going to get for this particular circumstance, that is. Okay, so now for along the foundation of this thing, I am thinking stone this time. Honestly, I'm thinking a mixture of that. This probably doesn't have what I want. Yeah, it doesn't. And stone brick. Go. Okie doke. It's starting to come together. I know it's a lot of gray right now, but we'll get that slowly sorted out, especially once we start putting the detail in here. That's gonna make a big difference. Okay, so these bellows, we need to figure that out. Thinking we're gonna change these to that. Okay. Kind of thinking down here. Well, I guess we can't because those are stairs. Schmaug, welcome. Good to see you. Thinking this is like a spot where he would dust the coals off into. Let's do this. There we go. And then the forge itself, we need to kind of do something in there. So let's do... I feel like the stone should maybe be a little bit blackened in here. So like maybe we can use some andesite to sort of like represent that it's, you know, pretty hot in there. And then we can use some burning coals around where the fire would be. And we can do to kind of shape up the chimney flute a little bit. There's those. Take this guy. Just like that. We need to make our fire. There we go. I do need to kind of deaden the coals just a little bit, something like that. And then I'm thinking something like this here would look decent. Not that, maybe this. I don't know, that's probably okay. We can maybe work with that. And we need one there. And then I'm gonna have to do this. Or maybe even this. You know what, better yet, I feel like those could even be something carved. We can use one of these. Let's do this. There we go. We can do this. Side. And then I'm thinking along the top we can probably throw in some of this kind of like Celtic stuff. What do you guys think about that? That's a fun little forge. Decent enough to me, at least. Move those guys. I think I'm gonna place some andesite there. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Actually, no. We're gonna replace that back to this. Yeah. That's a decent little forge, and then we can indicate it by, here, let's do this. A scythe. Oh no. Let's do, let's do this. Piece of iron being heated in the coals there. Okay. And then I'm thinking we can do a little bit of something fun here. And just around like that can be, yeah, a little bit of slate stone. And then what we need is, obviously we're gonna need a anvil. I think we're gonna do a full-on anvil here. And it needs to be on a, where is it? Here we go. It needs to be on, I'm thinking, do that. Put that there, put that there. Okay. And then maybe we can have even a smaller anvil as well. Nearby as well. So maybe he needs one or the other. So there's a couple options. right. Next thing, let's see. What else should we put in here? I'm thinking we're gonna definitely need a bucket or a cauldron or something. A barrel. Yeah, the barrel would be like the oil that he would douse the blade in. We can't fill it with water or anything, but yeah, that would be the oil. Yeah. I'm thinking we could probably have some of these to sort of represent, you know, the oil that he uses to douse the blades. And then, of course, because it's just the thing to do, throw a hammer on the anvil. And then a few tools around is always nice. You know, maybe some pokers to poke the flames. And then maybe we can put some tools right there as well. Okay, and we still gotta finish the ground palette. Right now this is all just gravel and that needs to change. And so this is what we shall do. We also need to finish the walls. You know what? What we'll do to hide that is maybe just a pile of crates over here. Pop, pop, pop. There we go. We're getting there. The forge. Let's see. What else can be done? Let's put a cabinet in here. Maybe a couple cabinets. That looks a little bit odd. Maybe we can do that. On top of that can be this. And then on the bottom can be, I don't know, something like that. Okay. And then I feel like there needs to be something over there as well, so but that looks too much. And I'm thinking the smithy lives in the same building as his work. So I'm thinking he would probably have a living space like a little bit over here. And his living space would be kind of separated. I don't know, probably open. Yeah, it's gonna be separated. Let's do fence. And let's do this guy. Go, and then over here I feel like he would need like his own little personal fireplace, right? You know, a little spot for him to, and that smoke would rise up here and then go out through there. So yeah, that'd be fine. So I'm thinking we can just chuck in a little bit of burnt soil here. And we can make a little spot for his fire right there. Okay. Let's put that like that. Very nice. So again, next to his fire, he's going to be cooking some food. And we definitely need some firewood in here. This is one of those things that needs a decent amount of firewood available. So I'm thinking we can just go ahead and chuck a whole bunch of firewood right here. Put that there. that's what we needed. Well, no, never mind. We want that back. That's not going to work out. We should probably just... maybe this. There we go. A nice little pile of firewood there on the side. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to have it right next to the anvil. There's not really any other place for that. So maybe what we can do is shift it a little bit. We can put that anvil there. We can put our drum there. Put this guy here. Take that out. Put you on top of there for now. And then we can put you right there. Okay, yeah, now everything's shifted over. Okie doke. I feel like there should be a little bit of stone in the ground, especially in here, so I'm just going to kind of stone the floor out a little bit. Just going to mix in a little bit of that granite cobble. Will make for a nice look there. Yeah, it looks nice. Okay. So then for in here, how do we want to do? I'm thinking he's probably going to have us, I'm not sure, a family or anything. Maybe his family lives elsewhere. But at least an apprentice. So I'm thinking we can have maybe a couple beds like that. And then maybe we can do a slab fence. Something like that there. There we go. And then obviously this side would probably have a little bit more storage area, maybe a table, desk. Maybe this is where he does his drawings and stuff. So I'm assuming it would probably be a good idea to throw in a few scrolls somewhere. There we go. Let's actually put this. Let's put that right there. Yeah, there we go. So, you know, that's maybe his blueprints or stuff that he uses to, yeah. And this would not be the smithy's permanent residence. This is just, you know, maybe he has a long shift and he has to work on something. You know, he would probably live out here in one of the homesteads, or maybe even in the village somewhere. But his work is here at the fort. Okay. Couple benches. I'm thinking 3 benches. You know, one for the smithy, one for the apprentice. Yeah, just 2. Just 2. One for the smithy, one for the apprentice. I was gonna say, like, you know, one for like a guest or something, but we don't need to represent that, I don't think. We need some food in here. I always feel like a full barrel of potatoes is like too much. So like I try to go for stuff that's a little bit less crazy. So we'll put a table there, put some bread on top. And now what we need to do is kind of break this up over here a little bit more. So put it a barrel. And then we already have a chest. So perhaps this is a good detail. I feel like the ceiling could really use some work. But one thing that is easy enough to do is just hang a few like herbs and stuff from the ceiling. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's too high though. Yeah, I feel like that's too high. We need to bring that down. So my thought is we can use some rope and we can kind of channel it across like that maybe. You know what? Maybe it's better if we did it this way. Something like this, perhaps. All right. And then we can just kind of hang some herbs and stuff from there. It ain't perfect. Oh wow, it's 8:31. Alrighty guys, well, that's probably gonna do us for the day. I'm not gonna say I'm fully finished with the blacksmith right now. It is, you know, started, but I'm gonna say there's still probably a little bit to go, but unfortunately, I gotta go for now. I will perhaps be back later on this afternoon or even evening, we'll see. And we'll get another stream in, finish up the blacksmith, and hopefully finish these two buildings as well. But with that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye-bye.